What is up, Pokemoshpitbeta? Paintball Rules here, giving you guys my 4th upload to the channel. This is a great TCGO game I had against Jake from the AX that he's been asking me for a long time for a TCGO battle, and I accepted it. So, just to overview our decks, I'm running a Lantern Prime deck, plus a Lantern Prime, Electric, and Thundurus, and a few other basic standard cards. And he's running for Alligator Prime, Fliptini, Vanillix, Kyurem, and yeah, that's pretty much his deck. So this was a great game, came down to the wire, and I hope you guys enjoyed. So I pulled into a terrible hand. Luckily for me, I top decked a full art, and so we both shuffle out our hands. And right here, we were both just chatting, and I was like, wow, my hand was so bad. I had 3 Pokemon communications and 2 junk arms and 1 energy. He was like, lol. It was just so bad. So now I go for the Eek this turn. Hopefully I just get into a better hand. And I pull into 3 energies, a Pokemon Collector, and a Pokemon Catcher, which is a pretty good hand. And so, to switch to seeing if he ever said anything into the chat. So, I think right here he goes for the engine, he goes for the Pokemon Communication, and he gets a Vanilla-ish, and now he Pokemon Catchers out my Tyneo just to disrupt my energy flow, which is a good play on his part. Now I go for the Pokemon Collector. I draw 3 basics. Now right here, since my top decked another Pokemon Communication, I'm gonna go for the 2 Pokemon Communications, discard and put 2 basics back into my deck, and I get a Lantern Prime and an Electric. So now I'm pretty much set up. I only have one out of the 2 Electrics which I need on my bench. So now I go for the Eek after going for the Dynamotor and placing down energy, I think, onto Thundurus. And now I pull into a very good hand with Eek, and luckily for me that I stay asleep, so now he can't KO me. Now I go for the Pokemon Communication once again, and I place down the Electric onto the bench, Tynamo onto the bench, and I go for the Pokemon Communication. And I decide, okay, let's switch out, go into Thundurus, and try and set up on this thing. And I go for the charge, and see, I did catcher out the Kyurem on the bench that has no energy, so it'll take about 2 turns for him to start attacking me. So I think I junk arm out for another Pokemon Communication, and he says he can't draw into anything. I was like, yeah, man, he's just very stuck at this point. He can't draw any energies. He doesn't have a for Alligator Prime or a Juniper's, or his Cleffa isn't out, or any switches. So I'm just trying to take as much advantage as I can on this, and I decided to go for the Disaster Bolt twice in a row, take out the Kyurem, and I draw my first prize. So now it's 5-5. And he sends in his Cleffa, and it's like, yes, finally. I got my Cleffa in, now I'm able to shuffle out my bad hand and get into a new one. So I go for the Dynamotor, and I place down energy onto Lantern Prime. And now I decide to go for the charge, get some energy flowing onto my Thundurus, and now I'm going to be able to attack next turn. So now it goes for the Pokemon Collector, gets 3 basics, and I think he plays down Fliptini and another Cleffa onto his bench. Now he goes for the Pokemon Communication, pecons out the Vanillite, and once I saw the for Alligator Prime, I was like, yep, he has a rare candy. There'd be no other reason why he'd get it. So now he's finally got his energy flow going. Goes for the Rain Dance, places down a couple energies onto Kyurem, and now it goes for the Glaciate, just 30 damage to all Pokemon, even on the bench. And now I decide, let's go for Professor Oak's New Theory, get a new hand, and I pull into a pretty good hand. Now I'm going to go for the Pokemon Catcher out the for Alligator Prime and do 8 damage with Disaster Bolt. So now he places energy down onto for Alligator, and luckily for him that he drew into an interview question, so he gets to draw 2 energies. And right here, I said I made a bad play, but I think really in the end it didn't even matter, because I had a Lantern Prime just waiting the reader to do lots of damage, and same with a Zekrom. So it takes out my Thundurus with a Hydro Crunch, and now I was like, he was just like, oh, yeah, but pretty much in the end it really didn't matter because I had other guys to take it out. So I decide just to go for the Dynamotor, place energy onto Zekrom, and I go for the Powerful Spark, do I think 130 damage, because Powerful Spark does 40 damage plus 10 damage for each energy on all of your Pokemon. So that can rack up if you have your full team set up. So unfortunately for me, he paralyzes me this turn. Now I go for the switch, and I having a hard time trying to decide what am I going to get, or what I'm going to junk arm out. So I get a Pokemon Catcher, and I was like, yes, This should be good. This is going to be good. Now go for the disaster roll. Do 4 damage to myself. I'm powering myself up, so I'm going to do, I think, Outrage this turn, or just go for another Disaster Volt. So I place down energy onto, I think, Electric this turn in case he wants to try and no, I actually place down energy onto Zekrom for some reason. I don't know why. But I go for the Dynamotor, place down energy onto Electric in case he wants to catcher me out, which would be a good play on his part, just trying to disrupt my flow, my energy flow. So now I go for this. I switch out, go into Lantern Prime, go for the Powerful Spark, and I think I did 160 damage because I have so many energies on all my Pokemon. So I brings in his Cleffa once again, try and stall me out, and this is where I make a really, really dumb play. So I place down a DCE onto Electric just to place down energy, and I was like, this game's in the bag. I have a Zekrom and a Lantern Prime ready. But what I should have done right here, I wasn't expecting him to have, well, spoiler, I wasn't expecting him to have the Rare Candy and the Vanillix in his hand. I was like, oh my god, after this game, I was so mad. So he brings in his Vanillite, and this is where I realized, shoot, he has the Rare Candy, he has the Vanillix, he puts the energy down on it, he places a, I'm trying to call it, a water energy on it, and it goes for the Double Freeze. He made a really risky play by going for that, because he easily just could have gone for the base 60 damage move and taken me out, since it only takes 2 energies too. But Double Freeze just has a chance of getting 2 tails. So I switch in my Magby, just hoping I can stall for time. I have to try and burn him. That's the only thing I have left, since he took on my Zekrom, and I thought Vanillix had 120 HP, but he actually has 130. If I had a plus power, if I actually saved it, I would have been able to take out the Vanillix, and I would have been able to win the game. But unfortunately for me, I wasn't able to, and that was a great game, Jake. I hope you enjoyed. He doesn't have a YouTube channel, so check out my channel. I do TCGO stuff, lots of it. I have lots of stuff backed up, and I'll be uploading more battles in the future. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave a comment down below and see I want to see if you guys can tell me ways how I can improve my narration. So like I said before 5 other times, I hope you guys enjoyed. Comment, like, subscribe, and peace out, Pokemoshpitbeta.